Thank you, Jess. We're all set up here for our first Team Boss press conference. We're actually going to have two back-to-back. So for this first session, we have Charlie Schwerkolt, we have Brad Jones, and we have Bruce Stewart ready to go. And we'll start with the man in the middle and the hot topic at the moment, Charlie. A lot of talk about next year and the formats and the calendars, and I'd just like to gauge how the team owners and team bosses feel about those changes.
Thanks, Chad. From our side, from Team 18's side, I think it's a really, really welcome change. I love the playoff series. I think that's a great dynamic that's entered into the sport, like NASCAR as well. And the calendar, doing an extra round, I think it's exciting, doing 13. The more we can do, the better it is for sure. And of course, the big thing, bringing Toyota into the sport as well. So there's lots happening in the sport, lots of good things to talk about. And so, yeah, from our side, it's positive.
People seem to be circling Team 18 as a potential for that second Toyota team. Would you put your hand up for it?
Oh, I'd look at it for sure. Obviously, I've got a relationship with Toyota and all that sort of stuff, but I think they're going to go through a tender process, see what happens, and so we'll see where it goes for sure.
Thank you. Brad, next year.
Hi, Chad.
Hello, mate. A lot of changes coming. You've been around the sport for a long time and had a big say in a lot of the changes that happen in the sport. So your thoughts on next year?
Well, I think Charlie covered just about everything off for the category. Look, I do like the idea of the finals. It'll be interesting. I think it's a safe way for our first option. I think the good thing is there's a ability there to move it around a little bit in years to come. But I definitely think we're heading in the right direction. If you keeping the rubber live till the very end, I think is a good thing, and anything can happen. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, to be honest.
And a quick one about this weekend. This place and you have a bit of a checkered history at times. Are you feeling lucky this week?
Feeling lucky. I am feeling pretty lucky. Pit stop comp wasn't a great start though. Look, yeah, I'm pretty happy with where the team is. This is one of the places I still come to and get really nervous. You know, I was awake last night from 12 until 4:30 thinking about things that we need to do. So does mean a lot, and had a lot of success up here, and as you said, a fair bit of heartache as well, but that's the lure of this place. And so I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest. You know, we've got a big crew, and unfortunately Elliot had a moment in our Super 2 program today, and I just went up and sat down with those two and went, you know, you've got to remember that we're here for 4 days, and there's a lot, you know, here you could be a second off the pace and you can find that it's not like Tasmania where you're looking for hundreds. So yeah, I'm very excited about being here.
All right, best of luck for the big dance on Sunday. Bruce, big news coming out from Walkinshaw Andretti United. We know now what's coming for 2026. How have you found that response and just how it's been accepted by the fans and your fan base in particular?
Thanks, Chad. Yeah, it's very, very, very exciting for the team. The response has been fantastic, and a lot of fans, you know, I think will be reintroduced to the sport, which is exciting. Certainly shows growth, and so it's great for supercars. But to be perfectly frank, I've got the blue oval on myself. We've got a job to do here this weekend, the rest of the year, and in 2025, and I wouldn't be doing our great friends at Ford a credit if we didn't have full focus on what we're doing going forwards in that.
Nicely done. I'm going to open it straight up to the journos here in the room, and we'll get straight into it.
Paul Gove from Auto Action. Bruce, the other elephant in the room this weekend obviously is engines from the Ford perspective. Somebody joked that I should ask you how many laps you think your engines will last. I'm not quite that rude and unpleasant first up.
Actually, can I object to that? Sorry, continue, Paul.
When did you get your engines? What's the current situation? How are you feeling with the, you know, we all want to know, is there uncertainty or are you really happy with the way things are going?
Well, look, this sport, you know, and you've got fierce competitors up and down the pit lane, and it reminded me of COVID when it was like we're all in together to put on the show, and it's been a fantastic effort by the team at DJR, but a lot of the Ford teams, including ourselves, who had people up there with the engines assisting. So it's a collaborative effort to make sure that we could put the show on properly this weekend. As you know, I'm not the most technical person, and also as a customer team, we have to put our faith into what we've been supplied. We will go out there and battle hard and race hard and trust that the gods will be with us. But again, just reiterating a great collaborative effort to put the show on, and let's see what we got.
How many engines do you actually have, and what spec are they for your cars? And when did you get them, Bruce?
So we've got 4 engines, and we had 2 come in this morning. So how we use them and where and when, I'll leave to our technical team. If I tried to impart my knowledge on that, PG, they wouldn't listen to me anyway, mate. So thank you.
Connor from V8 Sleuth. Brad, in Tassie you told us you weren't expecting any change to your driver lineup. Is that still the case, or where are you at for 2025?
Right now, nothing's changed, so I'm not expecting any change.
Charlie, we haven't. I don't think we've actually heard from you too much about Anton joining the team. But I mean, can you tell us a bit about why he appealed to you and why he was the right fit for Team 18 going forward?
Connor, yeah, look, youth for one. He's quick, speedy, and it was something that we can progress through for a few years down the track for sure. Mark's been an incredible ambassador for us, and he's been great for the team. And but yeah, it's time to move on at some stage. Dave's not young either, but he's still got a few years left. But Mark's right at the end of his career, so it was time to look for something a bit more youthful.
Dave'd be happy to hear that.
Yeah, no, he'd be right. He'd just laugh.
Zach Dowdall, supercars.com. Question for Bruce. Obviously, tomorrow, big day for the team and the sport with the full model unveiling of the Toyota Supra in pit lane. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of eyes on the team this weekend as the new Toyota team for 2026 and the homologation team. How do you manage that attention for Chaz with a championship fight to think about, and also for Woody, given it's his Bathurst debut as well?
If we get distracted by that and not focus on Ford and ourselves and our championship aspirations, we're not doing the right job by the team. So we're focused on the Blue Oval, on WRU, and all of our partners doing the best job. And you know what, Mozzie, he's a pretty simple character. He sets his eyes on something and focuses on it and makes it happen. So he won't have an issue with that either.
And a question for Charlie as well. Obviously, this time 12 months ago, not a great Sunday for Team 18. A lot of changes since then. Obviously, Adrian Burgess heading up the squad now, looking after the team's operations, and Dave Reynolds coming in as well, who's always very quick around Mount Panorama. How do you rate your chances for this weekend, and how do you improve from last season?
It won't be hard to improve from last year. It was an absolute shocker, and I haven't. The team hasn't had a lot of good luck here. You make your own luck, of course, but it hasn't been brilliant here. And so we've restructured the team, obviously, changed some engineering lineups, getting Adrian on board. Dave, at the start of the year, was really good. We had a couple of little mechanical issues, but at the start of the year, under 500, he was really quick. So I'm certainly a lot more confident this year going into this race, and I'm really excited about it. But who knows? It's a cruel place, this one. You need some good luck, and hopefully it's our turn to have some good luck. So a lot more optimistic, and yeah, really excited about it.
Thanks, Jess. Set with our next group from left to right. We've got Steve Blackmore, who's recently bought into 888 Race Engineering. Pete Gibberis alongside him, who's got double duties as team owner and race car driver here this weekend. And we've got Barry Ryan as well here representing Erebus with the Chico hat on, which is cool to see here this week. I'm going to get straight into the journalists for our final team owner press conference. Thank you, Connor.
Yeah, Connor, V8 Sleuth. Pete, tell us a bit about how it is to drive that VK Commodore around Bathurst. How are you enjoying that?
It's awesome, actually. In practice, there was probably too much going inside between my ears, and yeah, no, it was good. But that qualifying session was excellent. Yeah, I think I made about 5 seconds a lap up on practice. So hopefully we can keep bringing the numbers down.
I mean, lots of speculation about your drivers or driver lineup for 2025. Are you close to announcing something?
I'm hoping Ludo is actually looking at my data, and I'm actually hoping he's going to tap me on the shoulder to be up front.
Barry, I guess a lot has changed in the last 12 months, but you guys were so fast here with Brodie. How do you rate your chances, for this weekend?
Yeah, we're here to win. That's the only reason I come racing and have for 27 years now, coming to Bathurst. So, yeah, Brodie's in a really good space. He's just back as part of the team. You know, it's unfortunate what happened. But, he's as happy as I've seen him for a long time. And, we're ready to go. We're ready to win races. So,
Sandown, you guys were really, really fast. I guess you have had a couple of reliability issues this year. Like, do you have anything that you put that down to, I guess?
Got a puncher at when Todd tried to pass Whincup and on his exhaust, I think, cut the tyre. Then Todd drove it back up from last to 10th. Unreliable things. We've had a piston crack, nothing to do with mechanics. We had a mess up at Bathurst earlier in the year. Yeah, we messed up as mechanical thing, but past that, it's just been, I hate saying bad luck, but it's better than last year. We didn't need to have anything go wrong last year, and we blitzed the championship, but this year, unfortunately, we just had a few things niggle at us, and the alternator problem at Sandown was just the worst luck when you look at what happened. A part broke off the alternator and went and arced out the whole system and nearly caught the car fire. So, but as long as that's all gone and we're ready to win Bathurst, so, we've got the team, we've got the car, we've just got to get the strategy right. And as the late great, or not the late great, as the great Larry Perkins said, the fastest way to win a race is with the fastest car. So if we've got the fastest car, we've got a shot at winning the race, like 17 and nearly 18.
And Steve, you're, I think, 3 or so months into team ownership. How are you finding sort of, I guess, that change for you?
Oh, look, we're really, really enjoying the journey. It's amazing to be able to walk into a team that's got such fantastic history and of success. We sort of got to work out where we fit in to sort of help contribute to that and keep it going on its journey. It's fantastic. Like RD's still there as the chairman of the team, and then I think the biggest risk for us is he starts forgetting things because he just knows everything about everything, and he's been fantastic with sort of sharing his knowledge of the sport and the history of the sport, and always really good to lean on if you want to ask any questions or get any thoughts or insights on how things should go. So it's been pretty easy at this stage, and obviously. I've been involved in the sport for a long time, but not at that sort of level. So I'm really, really enjoying it. It's early days, and just can't wait to keep it rolling.
Zach Dowdall, Supercars.com. Barry, 2025, Cooper Murray, really impressed at the Sandown 500, holding off Cam Waters late in the race and very much holding his own against one of the, recognised superstars of the sport to claim a top 5 finish. You must feel sort of justified in your decision to pick him after that performance for 2025?
Yeah, of course. Like, we only pick drivers that are ready to win, and Cooper's been probably ready to win for a couple of years, and I'm surprised some other team hasn't picked him up. But as we do, we have the balls to do it, and Betty backs us to do it, and we've got another guy that's ready to win races next year. So targets to shortcut winning a championship with a driver in 3 years and try and do it in 2. So 26 will be his year if he can't do it next year.
And Pete, obviously coming off your maiden podium as a team owner with Jimmy and D-Russ at Sandown, James has been quick here the past few years in both the 500 and the 1000, and D-Russ has always had a great record across the past few years with Barry and Brodie at Erebus. What goes in, or how do you make a better race car? Because you've obviously got a good qualifying car around here, so how do you convert that into race pace?
Probably for a long time we've probably put too much emphasis on qualifying. We just got to put a lot more effort into the race car. But I'm quietly confident that if we can give the boys a quick and reliable car, we should be somewhere up the front by the end of it.
Andrew Clark, Auto Action. Peter, I had to walk a long way up pit lane to get to you today. So does it feel like it's starting to come together as a team overall?
Yeah, it's funny, throughout the years, you can put in the same amount of effort to come last as you do first. It feels like, and it seems like this year especially, our results, our garage positioning hasn't reflected the effort that we're putting in and where we're coming. But yeah, look, you know, even I walked in and was looking, you know, where are we? So yeah, no, it's really, it's such an uplift for the team, and you know, it's just injected everyone with confidence, and probably the biggest thing is it's injected everyone with this belief, like not finally, but everyone believes that actually we can rub shoulders with the big boys, and it's a really satisfying feeling.
Thomas Miles, Auto Action. Probably a question to all three. Just want to get some reaction for next year on the files, but also the formats. I think there's like 1,200 extra kilometres of racing next year. Greater variety of sprints and longer format races across them all. Just want to get a bit of thoughts on the formats as well as the finals, if that's all right. To all three, any of you want to take it?
Yeah, okay. Look, I just think that, and I say this quite publicly, that that our audience is what really dictates what we've got to do in the sport. You know, we don't survive without fans and support, and you know, if the sport's doing some research and coming up with new ideas and thoughts that are going to improve the product, improve the offering to our fans and our supporters, well, anything we look at like that is a good thing. And I suppose with anything, you know, there's probably a little bit of trial and error, but you know, we're doing something and it's a start, and we're excited to see, you know, some changes coming along and some things going, you know, with an extra round and you know, some spicing up the end of the year. It can only be good for the sport, I think.
Yeah, I agree with Steve. I'm obviously new to the category, but I think any change is sometimes, if it's changes for the right reason, we're all here to race, we're all here to compete, but as Steve alluded to, it's all about the show, and if we can make the show better and have more people watching, then we're gonna have jobs for longer. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, just quickly. Yeah, it's good. It's good that Supercars have made a decision that's something different. And at the end of the day, you still got to be the best to win the championship. So, you know, the emphasis on some race wins at the end of the year puts a lot of intensity into it. And if you watch the last part of the chase in NASCAR, it's always the best part of the year because it's unreal. The people desperate to win races to try and get through the next stage. So that's what we're going to end up with, and that's awesome for the fans.